You're listening to KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine.
The opinions and views expressed in this program do not reflect those of KUCI, its management, or the UC Board of Regents. To find out more about this talk show or other talk shows broadcasting on KUCI, log on to our website at kuci.org or check out the latest program guide.
This is Ashton Marcus, and I'm on location at the Ensemble Studio Theater in LA for their presentation of Woody's Order.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm here with
Ann Tallman, a.k.a. Woody's Order.
Great. So, basically, question. First of all, you're the writer and the director of this piece?
Oh, I'm the writer and the performer, but John Shepard directed it, and I've known him since 1980, and we did it in Pittsburgh at the Pittsburgh Playhouse, and then he came out here for a week to put me in here, so this is that production.
So, question. First of all, why did you do this? I mean, in the grand scheme of things, of all the things you can do, of all the things you can say, why did you do this piece?
I think because my brother Woody is my muse, and almost my whole life I've been writing down family stories and funny things that happen, and most of them involved Woody, and I have like 500 computer pages of family stories that either happened or my father would tell or my mother, and I put them together and I thought it was a book, but it's really a bunch of solo shows, I have a feeling, and this was the first one because I just had to do it, My brother is the most important thing in my life, and he loves the show and he's thrilled with it, and we made a short documentary of me doing some of it for him on a stage, and it got into the Tribeca Film Festival, so we're going to have him come to one of the screenings too. That'll be in April.
If my viewers decide to come by and see this piece, what should they expect to see?
Well, it's a story of an all-American kind of a baby-booming family faced with adversity, and the way they chose to rise above it was with love. And I learned everything about caregiving from my parents, and they were pioneers of mainstreaming and inclusion in the 50s, before it even existed. And so I think people would come away, well, first of all, the home movies are fun, and I think people, it's not about cerebral palsy, it's about destiny, and it's also about how you can't live your life for someone else, and you can't live their life for them. And so it's a rite of passage that my brother, who's totally dependent upon me, learned to stand up on his own in a way, and so did I.
Well, first of all, I loved the piece. I thought it was fantastic. It gave a glimpse to a side of life that very few people understand, and I think some of it no one understands. So I think it was something that's it was something very real, something very true. It's something very almost artistic in the sense that you're looking at a piece of nature. Every single person gets a different look at it, but it's, in a sense, it's pure. It's artistic.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, and it's all true. And Woody came to some of the rehearsals in Pittsburgh. Yeah, I think it's my life's work. Yeah.
I've seen other people's life's work, and some of them I have not enjoyed, some of them I have enjoyed. Like some people who actually describe very flawed parts of their lives. There are some people who actually, they say, well, I met Marlon Brando, I had wine with, the Pope, I did this and that, and that I really don't enjoy very much. But the people who actually say that, well, I went through trials, the reason I'm an artist is because, I connected with a very painful part of my life. And do you think that you're an artist now because of your brother?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I'm here because of my brother. But and I think I knew that even as a child. Things would happen and I would go, that's going to make me a better actress. But yes, absolutely because of my brother. Yeah, and today is it's actually World Cerebral Palsy Awareness Day. March 25th, yeah.
Well, again, I really enjoyed the piece. I really recommend it. For the people I think who would understand are people really curious about, I guess, about life. Curious about,
And it's funny, too.
Oh, yeah. I found it very entertaining.
Laugh.
Yeah, I found it very entertaining. Well, thank you once again for being on the show.
Thank you. And I hope people will come and enjoy the show.
Woody's Order will be playing at the Ensemble Studio Theater in LA from March 25th to April 22nd. For more information, go to www.anntalman.com. This is Ashton Marcus, and I'm on location at the Actors Co-op presentation of Cat's Paw.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm here with...
I'm Steve Rothman, and I directed Cat's Paw.
Well, first of all, I love this piece. This is fantastic. I thought it was one of the best pieces I've seen in a long time.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Because of the way I directed the show, we see the audience throughout the whole show. So I was watching you, and I was going, I think he's liking the production.
So basically, what drew you to this piece?
Well, when the company was talking to me about coming back this year, they had me read a number of the scripts, and this one just grabbed me in terms of the immediacy of what's been going on in the country, the way it looks at all sides of a very tricky question, and where somebody's making a decision about something that's right and making it wrong. It all really just touched me, and I just kind of said, wow, this script must have been written like 3 months ago, and then to find out the history of it, that it had been written 20 years ago, then there was a revision about 5 years ago, and yet you look at it now and it's like the headlines from last week. So yeah, just that immediacy caught me.
Yeah, I agree with you. I thought it was fantastic. The story itself talked about the trials of journalism, talked about, I guess, believing in something, purpose in life, about darkness, evil, and even the charismatic nature of evil too.
Oh, thank you for saying that. That was one of the most difficult roles to cast, because you can help an actor collaborate toward a great performance, but you can't give an actor charisma. They either have it or they don't. So that was a tough role to cast, but Sean was just astonishing. And you're right, there's a charisma about him, and that charisma of evil, of people following that. Very relevant.
Yeah. Speaking about casting, what do you look for in casting? Because that's such an important part of a director's job.
Well, a real director will admit to you that 80% of directing is casting. So what you're looking for are actors who, first of all, it feels like they can really deliver the goods, but then you got to find out, are they flexible? Are they open to direction? And all of that happens in casting. You do little tricks just to see how that goes. And sometimes one character in particular was not my vision of what I thought the character was going to be in terms of the journalist. And Deb Marlowe came in, and she was so astonishing that it completely changed my impression of the role, and she got cast just based on her own incredible ability that she came in with.
Actually, I love that character. Well, I loved all the characters. Interesting when she came out in the black T-shirt and the blue jeans and the dress shoes. I'm thinking, something's about this. Something happened. I don't know what's going on with this, but I know I'm going to love this.
Well, and the costumes on this show, E.B. Brooks, does costumes for the Geffen, Laguna Playhouse, all of these big theaters, and here she is working with us, and I thought her costumes were just perfect. I mean, you look at Jessica Lyons when she comes out for her interview, and she looks exactly like somebody we see on TV doing TV interviews.
Once again, first of all, I love this piece. I thought it was one of the best I've seen in a long time.
Thank you.
I thought the casting was every single person there just did their role so well. The casting was beautiful. It was perfect. Your job as a director, I think, basically you put in a show that people just got to see. I mean, this is just one of the best pieces I've seen in a long time.
Oh, well, thanks so much. I mean, we've been working at this for a long time, and actually, I've been on the show for months and months because you get the design team together and everything else. And our set design is by David Potts, who won the Emmy for Deadwood. So that's why the thing. I mean, you just look at that and you go, "We're in a warehouse." But I really appreciate what you're saying because these actors are exceptional. They have given everything they could and beyond, and you've struck a chord in my heart saying how much the show affected you. Thank you.
Once again, I loved it. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Okay, thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. I'm here with
Sean McHugh. I originally from Philadelphia. Came out here about 15 years ago. Been riding the roller coaster of actor's life, and I'm a member here at the Co-op, and just really excited to be opening this show. I play the eco-warrior Victor. I'm the protagonist, I guess you would say, for the play. It's funny because everyone, says, "Oh, you're the bad guy," and I'm like, "Am I? Am I the bad guy? I don't know that I'm the bad guy." I mean, Victor has very strong beliefs, and like any good, I guess he's like the antagonist. You have to believe in what you're doing, right? Like you can't go in like I'm the bad guy, like you're dead in the water. But it's funny, someone came up to me and said, "I don't know who's the bad guy in this." I said, "Well, that's good, because if Victor is definitely the bad guy within a play about environmental terrorism, then we did something wrong." So I think Victor really, he believes in the cause and he believes in the fight.
I loved your performance. I thought this was one of the best performances I've ever seen, and you were fantastic.
Wow, thank you so much. That's amazing.
No, first of all, going into it, I thought you were a little too nice. I said, I know this. He's playing a terrorist. He's too nice. Then when you got into it, you were very charismatic, but you were also very, very dark.
Oh, cool.
I mean, very, very dark. And you remind me of the Joker from Batman series.
Oh, wow. I will take that. Thank you very much. This guy has to be somebody that can get people to do what he wants, right? Like all great bad guys, they're charismatic. They suck you in. Otherwise, they're just kind of, but thank you. That's such a great compliment. I appreciate it.
If my viewers decide to come out and see this piece, what should they expect to see?
A thought-provoking piece of theater. When you leave here, you should be having conversations. Otherwise, we didn't do our job. And I think that's what's great about. It's not only theater does that, but this piece in particular. And it's so funny. This piece was originally written in the '80s. And then he rewrote it after 9/11 to kind of update it, and it couldn't be more relevant today with the social and economic and our political environment right now is insane. And so I think this goes right along with that. And I think it'll make people think.
Again, I really love the piece. First of all, it was political, it wasn't preachy, it was even-handed. Well, it was kind of biased, but it felt even-handed. I loved the anti-heroes because everyone was an anti-hero.
Yeah.
I don't think there was a good guy there.
Wow, that's true. No,
but
you're
also,
right.
I felt for every person. I connected with all the people, and I was just mesmerized from beginning to end. It was just beautiful. Definitely one of the best pieces I've seen in a long time.
Wow, well, we really appreciate your support. Thank you so much for coming out. We need people to come see it. So please tell all your listeners, come on out and see it. Actors Co-op. We run till the end of April. Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday matinee. There's discount tickets on Gold Star. Let us know. We want you to come. Please, thank you.
Definitely my highest recommendation for this one. Probably one of the. I'm thinking it's only right now March, so I think it's going to be one of the best pieces I've seen all year. Yeah, once again, I really love it. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thanks so much for having me.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus, and I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm here with.
My name's Deborah Marlowe. I'm with Actors Co-op, and I'm currently in our current production, which just opened tonight, called Cat's Paw. And it's a very interesting play, kind of about who's playing playing who in this situation with the media, with an eco-terrorist, and with the viewing public. And the bottom line question really is who, the symbiotic relationship between those three factors and who's really in control. It's an intriguing 90-minute play. It's quite a ride for the audience, and I hope you'll come out and see it. I play Jessica Lyons. She's the reporter. If you know, like Christiane Amanpour or Andrea Mitchell, I'm kind of one of those reporters. It's a complicated role because you're a human being, but you have to witness some really horrific things, and you have to report faithfully, keep yourself out of it, but yet you're human, and it's conflicting. So you want to get the story, you don't want to be heartless, but boy, you want to get that story. And sometimes you see some things and are witness to things that are pretty hard to watch. But it is your job to report faithfully, and that's a complicated thing to do.
I loved your character. First of all, I love this piece. I thought it was fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
It's one of the best things I've seen in a long time.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. The previews we've had, and then tonight, the audience has been right with us. So it's quite a ride for the audience, but you leave asking a lot of questions and having a lot of discussion with your family and friends, and it's a piece for our times.
Your character, I love. Well, first of all, because I myself am a journalist also, and I could feel that you guys just nailed it because there's so much things I can't control. Basically, I'm just a witness to an event.
That's right.
The event itself is the big thing.
That's right.
Putting myself into it actually deters from it because I'm not supposed to be part of the story.
That's so.
The story is part of the story, and it's bigger than I am.
Right. That's so true. But yet you're a human being, and you feel things, and when you see things, and you have some natural reactions as a person. But you're a journalist first, and that is a difficult role to play. But also there's some ego that gets in there too, and you want to get the scoop, and you want to get the best story, and you want the ratings, and you want to advance your career. So there's an ugly side to it that can sneak in as well.
Yeah, that really corrupts the process because you want to think it's really pure, but no. First of all, you got to bring in ratings. If no one listens to you, I mean, what's the point? And also, you'll be replaced basically if you don't. If you're not willing to, how should I put it, compromise some things, because it's just not possible not to compromise something.
That's right, especially as you get older. Young is the name of TV, and TV news especially, and so as a journalist that has a lot of experience and a lot of years in the business, you're always looking over your shoulder because there's a young one that's ready to replace you, so you have to stay sharp, you have to stay on your game, and sometimes you'll compromise your own integrity to do that.
Yeah, once again, I really loved your character. I love the piece.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for being on the show.
Bye. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. I'm here with...
I'm Vito Viscuso. I have been in Los Angeles for a while now. I'm an actor, and I'm new to the Co-op this year. So this is actually my first performance at the Co-op, which is Cat's Paw. I'm actually going to be in the next play as well, which is going to be Lucky Stiff. So I basically moved here from Indianapolis, Indiana, and have been kind of pursuing the acting career ever since. And I've been on television, I've been in some films, that type of thing. But this is a great. The Co-op is a great space to kind of exercise and continue to stay fresh. I play David Darling. He's an EPA official that's held hostage by Victor, the main character in the play. Well, David Darling is he's kind of the everyday man that has he's been thrown into a situation due to his own choices, unwittingly. He has made some decisions in the past due to his job and the things that he had to do, and he's made some decisions that have led him to this moment. It's definitely thought-provoking to the point where you go, wow, every decision you make is something that could affect something else in the future, so it's really thought-provoking, yeah.
I love this piece. I thought it was fantastic on so many scales. First of all, there was a bit of a political message, but it wasn't preachy. It was actually very well handled.
Yes.
Right? Even though, again, I think it did have a bias to it, but it was well handled. Your character, I loved your character. The layers they put in it, because in a sense he was
Was he a victim? Was he like, was he being brainwashed?
Right.
What happened to, psychologically, what happened to this guy after he was being exposed? You guys played it perfectly.
Oh, thank you very much. Well, that is a tribute to our director, Stephen Rothman, who, guided us very, very well and very smartly down a path that wasn't preachy, that allowed us to kind of have our human, reactions to what was going on, and doing a fair number of research on what a hostage is and what it's mentally like to go through something like that. So, in preparation for this.
Yeah. Once again, I really love this piece. I thought it was one of the best pieces I've seen in a long time.
Oh, thank you.
I really loved you in the part too. I thought you just nailed it.
Oh, thank you very much. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you. It means a lot.
Okay. Thank you very much for being on the show.
No problem. Have a good one.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm here with.
My name's Ivy Beach. I grew up in Los Angeles. I got my BFA in acting at the University of Minnesota, the Guthrie BFA Actor Training Program, and studied at Shakespeare's Globe and RADA and LISPA, and now I'm back in Los Angeles. I played Kathy. Kathy is an extremely passionate young woman. She cares so much about the planet, the flora and fauna, and she's extremely passionate, and she is in awe of Victor because he represents everything that she wants in the world. And yeah, she's so passionate, she's willing to go to extreme lengths for her cause, and she's ultimately sucked in by that at the end. So
I loved this piece. I loved your character. I thought you played it beautiful. She was so believable. She was very passionate. She basically connected with the audience very well.
Oh, thank you so much. That means a lot because this character's so different from me in real life, as you could probably tell from talking to me right now. And that just means a lot because, yeah, I wanted to connect to the humanity of the character, and it's such a hard point of view to have people actually listen to. She's a terrorist, and no one wants to hear the justification of a terrorist, and so that was a huge challenge when I approached the role because I wanted people to understand this perspective and be able to just listen to it with an open mind, and that is so hard. It's such a hard perspective to buy into because it's so far removed from most of our minds.
If my viewers decide to come by and see this piece, what should they expect to see?
People should expect to see a lot of intensity, very right up close to their faces. People are basically sitting on stage. Actors are throwing themselves on boxes right next to audience members. It's very intense. They should expect to be challenged in how they think about the world, the media, the political environment of our time, terrorism, environmental issues. They should just expect to be challenged on all these issues.
Once again, first of all, I really love the piece. You guys did a fantastic job. It was such a complex piece. I mean, it talked about politics. It talked about, nature. It talked about, I guess how long we have, what we should be doing with our lives. It talked about all that stuff. It talked about passion, ugliness. It talked about terror, and it just connected with me in so many ways. I thought it was fantastic.
Thank you so much. That means a lot, and your engagement with it means a lot. So thank you so much for coming and all your thoughts, and thank you.
Yeah, once again, really loved it. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you so much.
Cat's Paw will be playing at the Actors Co-op from March 24th to April 30th. For more information, go to www.actorsco-op.org. This is Ashton Marcus, and I'm on location at the Sierra Madre Playhouse for their presentation of A Wrinkle in Time. Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm here with
Lena Thomas. I am from Georgia. I'm an actress in Los Angeles, and I just did A Wrinkle in Time. I play Mrs. Whatsit, and then a couple other things here and there, but mostly Mrs. Whatsit. Oh, I love her. She is such an amalgamation of things throughout all the ages. I think in the book it says that she's 3 billion years old, so she's seen a lot, and she's brought it all with her, and she loves very deeply. That's the thing I like about her the most.
If my viewers decide to come by and see this piece, what should they expect to see?
some sci-fi. It's great. Wrinkle in Time was the first sci-fi book I ever read when I was like 11 years old, and it blends sci-fi and magic and love and fantasy together. So you don't see that a lot in stage theater, right? So that's, I think, the most interesting thing about watching A Wrinkle in Time.
I recommend to my audience that definitely come. I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was incredibly well done. But I do say you have to bring your imagination.
Yes.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on that?
No, I think that makes total sense, because this is such, what Madeleine L'Engle created, the worlds that she created are so vast and so incredibly imaginative. And you can only do so much when you're making decisions for what you're going to show on stage. So you do need to come with an open mind and open heart in that way. I think that's a great way to sell it to people. You need to bring your imagination, but you're going to be a little wowed.
Yeah. Actually, I thought you did a fantastic job, because I love the character actors who basically portray various characters in a show. They're in and out on cue, and they're very, very pivotal, because they take them down the story. Right. You know, they're the ones who actually escort them down.
Mm-hmm. There's actually a reference to The Wizard of Oz in the show, and I thought about that, because, you know, in the movie, of course, the Cowardly Lion and the Tin Man and all of them, they're people from her life before, and I like that this aspect of theater brings that in there too, where Mrs. Whatsit talks to them in this one moment, and then she appears in a different form as a different person, totally unrelated, and I love getting to do that as an actress. It's just a joy to change my voice and change my body and become something else in the same show. Is very exciting.
Once again, I really like the show. Basically, I thought it was extremely challenging for the show
every angle.
For every angle. I actually know the sound man. I know some of the production people. They're excellent. I mean, they're all excellent.
They are, and they worked incredibly hard, and it all came together so beautifully. I mean, I'm really blown away by the hours that they put in and how awesome it. I mean, tonight was the night where everything hit. I'm so excited. And what a better night for that to happen than opening night.
Yeah. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. I'm here with
Boone Grigsby. I moved here for about 4-ish years ago from Colorado. Graduated from college last June, and now I'm here playing a 10-year-old, and it's so much fun. It's been great. I love it. I can't see myself doing anything else.
Yeah. Which character do you play again?
I am playing Charles Wallace. He is a little boy with the wisdom of an adult, because he has this gift of being able to delve into people's minds. He's seen and he's heard a lot of different things that most little kids aren't necessarily old enough to comprehend, but because his two parents happen to have ridiculously high IQs, and because he's just one of those kids, he's able to understand what's really going on in the world. So he seems very closed off, but he's actually just mature for his age.
If my viewers decide to come by and see this show, what should they expect to see?
They should expect to see, well, other than just an amazing show, amazing lights, incredible backgrounds to incredible different worlds, great acting from a bunch of amazing cast members, and for some people who've read the books, hopefully a trip down memory lane and just the nostalgia of it all.
My recommendation is, again, first of all, do see the piece. It's fantastic. But the thing about it is, you have to bring your imagination. That's a must.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on that?
You kind of have to bring your imagination to this, because it's not only just a scientific exploration, I guess. It's really a fantastical one as well. I mean, we have a woman who literally sprouts wings from her back. It's one of those magical experiences where if you close your eyes and just listen to what the people are saying, you can actually see it. You can see all of the amazing worlds that we go to. You can see all of the magical characters that we encounter throughout the entire time. And you can also have a pretty vivid imagination of what all the kids look like too.
Now, once again, I really recommend it. I thought it was fantastic. I really love your acting too. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you so much. It's been an amazing time, and thank you for coming and seeing it.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. I'm here with
Kate Joe. I am an actress. I just moved to LA last fall from Birmingham, Alabama, and graduated from Vanderbilt University last year. I played Meg Murray. I think Meg is a great character. I think she's very relatable for all teen girls. You know, she really goes through her own journey of maturing from being alone to realizing that she's really not. And I think she really finds herself throughout the play, and I think it's really great.
If my viewers decide to come by and see this piece, what should they expect to see?
Wow, I think that they should just expect to see a lot of theater magic. You know, there's a lot of great acting. Obviously, my cast is amazing, and the direction is amazing, but also the technical aspect of it. It's one of the most amazing theater shows I've ever seen. There's a lot of theater magic in it, so just be ready for that.
First of all, I recommend that my viewers come by and see, because I thought it was extremely well done. It was a very nice piece. But I have to tell them, you have to bring your imagination for this. You got to. It covers so much. You're in different planets, different people, different creatures, and all that. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a part of theater magic is the suspension of disbelief, and I think definitely any theater goer needs to have an imagination that helps them along the journey. We can put on a show and we can do, as you know, the best we can, but if you're not willing to take that step with us, then it's kind of difficult for you to enjoy it. So I think that for you to have the best experience you can, then just be open-minded and willing to accept that we are on different planets, you know, that there is something out there that we don't know.
Once again, I thought the piece was done very well. I love the production values on this thing. I usually don't comment on production values. I usually think, like, in between the casting and the script, that's like 90%. But because of this, it's like, well, you know, it's like if you're doing like Star Wars. Right. I mean, you can't go to another planet. You can't bring in an elephant or a walker or something like that. You have to do it through acting. You have to do that. And again, it's very challenging. That's why it's such a difficult piece. All right, I love the way you did your character. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you so much.
A Wrinkle in Time will be playing at the Sierra Madre Playhouse from March 10th to April 22nd. For more information, go to www.sierramadreplayhouse.org.